What's going on, guys? Jacob over here, coming to you with my reactions to Packers versus Chiefs. The Packers upset the defending champs at Lambeau. Greatest quarterback in the game comes into Green Bay, and the Packers get a 27-19 dub. Man, this team is coming together. Three of the toughest games on the schedule. You know, you circled this part of the schedule. You're like, okay, this might be 3 losses. This might be 3 straight losses. Chargers, Lions, Chiefs. The Packers won all of them. Won all 3. This team's ready to make a playoff run. They're ready way before I expected it. It's just incredible to see how they've turned things around these past few weeks. I mean, you saw the signs in Pittsburgh. You saw them, almost figure it out, and then they figured it out. I mean, what more can you say about this team? Like, they really, they didn't have Jair tonight. They didn't have Aaron Jones tonight. They haven't had both of those guys for 3 straight games. The 3 toughest games, arguably, on their whole schedule. And guess what? They won 3-0. Without their best defensive player and arguably their best offensive player. They really did that. This team is they're young and they're inexperienced and they make dumb mistakes sometimes, and it's really frustrating. But guess what? They come away with the win against teams that should blow them out probably, but they don't, because the Packers they fight. And this is what I like most about this team. They're obviously young and they're making a lot of dumb mistakes. At the same time, they're making great plays. But what they always do, they're playing hard. They're coming out, firing on all cylinders. They started off with a touchdown on their opening drive against the Lions and the Chiefs. And to be honest with you, these 2 games, I was like, no way. I mean, they looked great against the Chargers, but no way they win these 2 games. They come out and they win both. One on Thanksgiving on the road against the only team that's, tossed you around all season. And then once at home against the defending champs and Patrick Mahomes. Taylor Swift in attendance, Simone Biles in attendance. I mean, the whole world was watching tonight, and the Packers came away with the win. And Jordan Love, what more can you say about his last 3 games? I mean, it's been spectacular. He has been spectacular. I mean, he is running the offense with such excellent command. I mean, he's finding the open guys. He's making the wow throws, and he's not making the mistakes he was earlier in the season. He is really coming together as a legitimate starting quarterback, a really good one for that matter. He's got, I believe, 22 touchdowns to 10 interceptions now. I mean, he's putting it together, folks. He really is. I mean, these aren't just cheapies. These aren't just him managing games or whatever. He's coming out, he's slinging it, and he's looking like a top-tier NFL quarterback. I don't want to jump the gun here, but Packers might have a 3rd straight Hall of Famer on their team right now. I mean, this is exactly, maybe not exactly, but close to how Rodgers started his career. You saw the signs early. You saw him put together games like this. The only difference is that Jordan Love already has matched the first year of Rodgers' career. The amount of wins he had was 6. Packers are 6-6 now, and they're in the 7th seed. And they've got a very favorable schedule coming up. They have the Giants, then they have, the Buccaneers, and then they have the Panthers, then they have the Vikings, and then they have the Bears. None of those teams have a winning record. Not one. The best one is the Vikings on the road, 6-6. Everybody else is at least 2 games under 500. Packers could very well finish the season 11-6. I think they probably finish 10-7 just because they're still pretty young and they might drop a game they should win. But it's coming together, folks. Wow. I should address it. The final minute or so of the game when there was supposedly controversy. That drive, the final drive by the Chiefs, I'll admit there was definitely pass interference on Carrington Valentine against MVS. There was. But NBC, for some reason, just decided to completely forget that the Chiefs got 15 free yards a few plays earlier when a late hit on Mahomes, when he wasn't even out of bounds and he still was running with the ball, was gifted to them. And they just completely forgot about that. Then they were talking about the Hail Mary to Travis Kelce because he got a light shove in the back, and they were talking about it like it was pass interference. I mean, First of all, they don't ever call pass interference on Hail Marys. I've never seen that in my life. Second of all, if that's pass interference, then every freaking play where it's a jump ball is pass interference, because that's just a bunch of guys in a crowd jostling for position trying to get the ball. And NBC had a full-on press conference apologist letter to Chiefs fans and the whole NFL after the game. They brought in their rules expert to talk about how, oh, these two plays were definitely pass interference and that might have cost the Chiefs the game, completely ignoring that the Chiefs got a similarly terrible DPI call on the previous drive to the last drive of the game, and then they got that ridiculous late hit that gave them 15 free yards on the last drive of the game. I mean, it's like there was some pretty bad calls in the final few minutes for sure. A couple of them went Green Bay's way, but a few of them went Kansas City's way too. So I mean, it all evens out, and people are acting like this was just some totally one-sided affair for Green Bay when it clearly wasn't. Like I said, I admit there was definitely pass interference on Carrington Valentine and MVS, but to me that was a makeup call for the atrocious late hit call on Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's just, the NFL wants to protect their golden boy, their cash cow. I get it, but like that's not 15, and to me that pass interference was just them making that call up. So, in the end though, who cares? The Packers won, they're 6-6, they're in the playoffs right now, so things are looking great in Green Bay, man. Things are looking great in Green Bay. I mean, I could not be happier as a fan right now with how this season has gone so far. Except for maybe at least win the Falcons game. But, still, I mean, things are looking really good for the Packers right now. They are showing teams that they're ready to compete, and this early too. I mean, they're ready to make the playoffs. They're ready to, punch the best teams in the league in the mouth. They did it to the Lions. They did it to the Chiefs. I mean, who's to say they can't do it to the Eagles or the Niners? Maybe they're a little bit different, but still, I mean, I didn't think they were going to beat the Lions on Thanksgiving, and they went out and beat them. I didn't think they were going to beat the Chiefs tonight, but they went out and beat them. So you never know what's going to happen when you get into the playoffs. And even so, if you lose in the playoffs, playoff experience for this team is still very, very valuable. And they have the makings of a championship core. I mean, this really feels like it could be, the start of something special in Green Bay. This could be the new era, the new, team that is like the perennial playoff contender that gets to conference championships and Super Bowls and rules the NFC North. This could be that team. We've definitely seen it these last few years, or last few games, I should say. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's really all I got to say in this one. I got to go to bed pretty soon because I have class in the morning. So, anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this game in the comment section below. And if you think the Packers are going to make the playoffs this year, leave a comment in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Pack, go!